हेलो फ्रेंड्स, क्या हाल है दोस्तों। आज बात कर रहा हूं मैं कर्नल समरेंद्र मोहन कुमार, प्यार से हम कहते हैं सैम। कर्नल सैम इंडियन आर्मी के बहुत ही बेहतरीन ऑफिसर्स में से एक है। सैनिक स्कूल एक गांव में पैदा हुए हैं बिहार के। उसके बाद सैनिक स्कूल से एनडीए, एनडीए में वन ऑफ द टॉप कैडेट्स जब ज्वाइन किया एनडीए और जब पास आउट हुए एनडीए से। उसके बाद आईएमए में गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट, प्रेसिडेंट गोल्ड मेडल फॉर स्टैंडिंग फर्स्ट इन ऑर्डर ऑफ मेरिट, स्वॉर्ड ऑफ ऑनर जो कि बेस्ट ऑलराउंड कैडेट को बिगेस्ट अवार्ड यू गेट इन पासिंग आउट परेड इन आईएमए। उसके बाद कमीशन लिया 9 मैकेनाइज्ड इन्फेंट्री में, पैंजर ग्रेनेडियर्स वन ऑफ द ओल्डेस्ट यूनिट्स, हमने साथ साथ काम भी किया। उसके बाद इंस्ट्रक्टर है आर्मर्ड कोर सेंट्रेंस स्कूल, फिर मैकेनाइज्ड इन्फेंट्री रेजिमेंटल सेंट्रेंस स्कूल एंड स्टाफ कॉलेज जो बहुत ही कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम होता है आर्मी ऑफिसर्स के लिए, आर्मी नेवी एयरफोर्स ऑफिसर्स के लिए। उसमें इन्होंने टॉप किया और इंडिया को रिप्रेजेंट किया कमांड एंड जनरल स्टाफ कॉलेज, यूनाइटेड किंगडम, कैम्बरले। कैम्बरले स्टाफ कॉलेज एक बहुत बड़ा चिप ऑन शोल्डर है, एक बहुत बड़ी अचीवमेंट है जहां की एक ऑफिसर आर्मी का हर साल जाता है। सो ही रिप्रेजेंटेड इंडियन आर्मी इन कैम्बरले स्टाफ कॉलेज। वहां से वापस आके ब्रिगेड मेजर, और आपको पता ही उनका कैरियर बहुत जबरदस्त रहा। बट ही डिसाइडेड टू लीव द आर्मी एज ए सीओ। उन्होंने अपनी यूनिट कमांड की बहुत अच्छे तरीके से, ट्वाइस ही रहे यूनिट के उससे पहले, एंड लेफ्ट द आर्मी एट अ वेरी एट अ टाइम जब इनके आगे अपना ब्राइट कैरियर आर्मी का आगे था, एंड बहुत यंग एज में कमीशन हुए थे। स्टार्टेड वर्किंग विद महिंद्रास एंड देन स्टार्टेड हिज ओन कंपनी। He is managing director and founder of MitKat Advisory, one of the top companies involved in risk analysis, risk management with offices in India and Singapore. तो कुछ तो बात है सैम में जिसकी वजह से मैं उनको लेके आया हूं मोर टॉक्स में। एन अमेजिंग पर्सन, कम्स ऑन टेलीविजन, दुनिया भर में लेक्चर देते हैं, एक ग्रेट पैट्रियट आई शुड से, हमेशा देश की बात करते हैं। और उन्होंने अपनी सेकेंड इनिंग्स के अंदर जो है एक एंटरप्रेन्योर के तौर पे भी अपनी जो है पूरे देश में धूम मचा रखी है। अपनी उनकी एक रिस्पॉन्स, एक प्रेस्टीज है उनकी कंपनी के और उनका अपना। तो उनसे आज बात करेंगे मोर टॉक्स में। और लास्ट में आप सुनना, उन्होंने एडवाइस किया है गांव देहात के बच्चों के लिए कि कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स कितना जरूरी है। एक क्वालिटी जो चाहिए आपको, जितना जल्दी आप काम करना शुरू करेंगे उस पर, दैट इज कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स। And today with advent of internet, with YouTube, with people like me mentoring you, आप अपनी communication skills गांव देहात में रहते हुए भी improve कर सकते हैं। उसके लिए हम हैं। So start working on your communication skills and your personality, and any one of you can be the next Colonel Sam or Yash Moore, कोई problem नहीं है। So friends, watch this amazing interview। बहुत मजा आया मुझे उनसे बात करके। His journey from a village boy now to corporate world। Thank you। जय हिंद। Hi SM, what a pleasure to see you after a long time. How are you today?
Likewise, sir, such a huge honor. Thank you very much.
बहुत दिन से हम सोच रहे थे कि आपको इंटरव्यू के लेके आएंगे, because you are the one of the most inspirational person I met in my military career.
You made
somebody I've seen, right from young days, instructor gunnery, instructor D&M, then of course 9 Mac, Sword of Honor from IMA, a topper in NDA, Sainik School, and then left the army on your own terms as a CO. And now second innings में rocking like anything. तो मैं बहुत दिन से सोच रहा था सैम आपको लेके आऊंगा इंटरव्यू में, तो आज मेरे लिए बहुत बहुत अच्छा दिन है कि आप आए हो।
So admiration is absolutely mutual, sir.
I know। तो कई दिन से हम इंतजार कर रहे थे आपसे बात करने की। तो पहले ना मैं आपसे जानना चाहूँ, इसको हिंदी इंग्लिश मिक्स रखेंगे, है ना, क्योंकि नौजवान बच्चे देखेंगे जो जिनके सपनों में वो सोते नहीं है, उनको स्टार्स नजर आते हैं, वो एनडीए जाना चाहते हैं, और आप और मेरी तरह गांव के रहने वाले हैं, तो उनके लिए है ये इंटरव्यू खास तौर पे। तो ये बताओ, आप थोड़ा अपना बचपन का बताओ और सैनिक स्कूल का थोड़ा सा बताओ मुझे।
So बचपन का सर, बीमारू स्टेट में पैदा हुआ था, बिहार। वो बीमारू स्टेट में भी बैकवर्ड था सबसे। हरियाणा तो बहुत एडवांस लगता था मैं आपका स्टेट उस समय, हरियाणा। एंड गांव में जाते थे सर, जैसे आप लोग बोलते हो, खेतों में जाते थे, भैंसों के साथ खेलते थे, गांव में पढ़ने जाते थे, जमीन के ऊपर बैठते थे अपना, बिहार में दे कॉल इट बोरा, व्हाटएवर, जूट का जो बैग होता है उसके ऊपर डाल दिया, पढ़े उसमें। फिर थोड़ी बाद में प्रोग्रेस हो गई तो बेंच पर बैठने लग गए सर। आई थिंक बिग मोमेंट केम इन लाइफ जब चौथे क्लास में हॉस्टल में भेज दिया गया, एंड दैट वाज वन स्कूल, अ प्लेस कॉल्ड परोरा इन पूर्णिया डिस्ट्रिक्ट, एंड व्हिच वाज I would say a nursery for sending people to bigger pastures like Sainik School Tilaiya, Netarhat, All India exam, military schools. So वहां से भेजने के लिए तैयारी की गई, एंड एक बार सैनिक स्कूल पहुंच गए तो फिर वहां पर मेरिटोक्रेटिक था सर। बच्चे आए थे गांवों से, लेकिन सब पढ़ाई लिखाई में अच्छे थे, होनहार थे, लगता था होनहार बीरवान के हो चीखने पास। तो उनके साथ रहा तो फिर व्हेन यू आर विद ब्राइट पीपल सर, कोई जरूरी नहीं, ब्राइटनेस इज नॉट मेजर्ड बाय हाउ वेल यू स्पीक इंग्लिश, बट सारे लड़के कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम से आए थे, तो उसके बाद जिंदगी बदल गई सर।
एक बार आपका गांव बताओ, कौन से जिले में है बिहार के? आपने थोड़ा सा हिंट दिया, यू बिलोंग टू विजय। के फादर क्या करते थे?
सो पिताजी मेरे किसान थे और लेक्चरर थे, बाद में प्रोफेसर बने, और मदर 8वीं पास थी, बट शी सॉ अ वेरी ब्राइट फ्यूचर फॉर हर चिल्ड्रन। तो बच्चे उनके सभी, मैं 3 भाइयों में सबसे छोटा था, सबसे बड़े भाई स्टेट बैंक में गए, बहुत सीनियर ऑफिसर बन के रिटायर हुए स्टेट बैंक से। दूसरे भाई सैनिक स्कूल में गए और फिर IIM अहमदाबाद चले गए दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी होते हुए, और उसके बाद वो एयरटेल में CEO थे, और दोनों अब ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग कर रहे हैं गांव में, और डेयरी चला रहे हैं। सो दे आर बैक टू नेचर सर। सो इट्स व्हाट आई एडमायर अबाउट देम इज दे हैव नॉट लेफ्ट देयर रूट्स, और शायद कुछ साल बाद मैं भी वापस गांव में ही जाऊंगा सर। एक चीज बताना चाहता हूँ, मैं भी इंडोनेशिया में G20 के लिए गया था, वहाँ उसके साइड लाइन में बहुत इवेंट्स चल रहे थे CEOs के, कुछ था जिसमें मिनिस्टर्स और CEOs भी थे। तो वहाँ एक चीज सब बता रहे थे यार कि किसानों को ना हम IT सिखाएंगे। तो मैंने हाथ खड़ा किया, मैंने कहा यार किसानों को तो बहुत IT सिखा लिया, अब IT वालों को खेती सिखाना करो, खेती नहीं होगी तो सभी मरेंगे।
एग्जैक्टली। और आपका और मेरा एक और कनेक्ट है, मैं भी मौका मिलते ही गांव जाता हूँ और टच में रहता हूँ। आपको भी मैं साल में देखता हूँ, आप कई बार हमारी जब बात होती है आप कहते हो मैं अभी गांव जा रहा हूँ, और गांव के पूरे रीति रिवाज और रिचुअल्स उसको आप फॉलो करते हो।
बिल्कुल सर, मेरा घर है वैशाली डिस्ट्रिक्ट में सर, तो इतिहास तो बहुत रिच है सर वहाँ का। वैशाली दुनिया का पहला रिपब्लिक था, लिच्छवीज का रिपब्लिक। आप जो ये अशोक स्तंभ और ये सब देखते हैं, इसका बहुत पुराना रिश्ता जो भारतीय गणराज्य का है सिंबल। सो वैशाली जस्ट नॉर्थ ऑफ पटना, हाजीपुर का नाम सुना होगा, रामविलास पासवान सांसद होते थे, काफी फेमस सांसद थे। रेलवे का एक जोनल हेडक्वार्टर भी है। सो वैशाली जिला है, गंगा नदी से काफी नजदीक है, फर्टाइल, गुड फार्मिंग, लोग प्रोग्रेसिव हैं, बाहर भी कई लोग जाते हैं, तो पढ़ाई लिखाई के ऊपर सब परिवार का काफी जोर था।
वेरी गुड। तो सैनिक स्कूल कौन से साल में आपने एडमिशन लिया?
सर 1976 में मैं सैनिक स्कूल गया, 6 साल रहा। तो आपको मालूम होगा उन दिनों 11वीं के बाद आप NDA दे सकते थे, तो पहले चांस में NDA हो गया, तो NDA चला गया। सैनिक स्कूल में सर 7वीं 8वीं क्लास का याद आता है कि मैथमेटिक्स में थोड़े कम नंबर आते थे या ऑलमोस्ट फेल हो रहे होते थे, तो टीचर्स ने पूछा यार इसकी मैथमेटिक्स की एक्स्ट्रा क्लास लगाओ। तो मैथमेटिक्स टीचर के पास गए, तो उन्होंने बताया कि इसको यार थोड़ा समझा दिया कि इसमें प्रॉब्लम क्या है, तो हमने बना दिया। हमने कहा सर प्रॉब्लम यह है कि इंग्लिश में था तो समझ में नहीं आता था, इसको हिंदी में दे दोगे तो। सो धीरे धीरे वी कॉट अप विथ इंग्लिश, बट 10th तक जाते आते सर डिस्टिंक्शन आ गया इंग्लिश में भी। सो इफ यू वर्क हार्ड इन लाइफ यू कैन अचीव एनीथिंग।
तो लैंग्वेज एक हर्डल है। कुछ टाइम तक हम भी जब मिलिट्री स्कूल बैंगलोर गए तो बहुत दूर था बैंगलोर हमारे गांव से जाना, तो बहुत मुश्किल हुई शुरू के सालों में ना, इंग्लिश आती नहीं थी, और वहां सब हमारे कुक और वेटर भी थोड़ी बहुत इंग्लिश बोलते थे।
सेम सैनिक स्कूल में भी।
हाँ, तो खैर वही वो 7th 8th 9th तक कैचअप किया। और तो अब सैनिक स्कूल में भी मैंने देखा है कि आप तो टॉप में रहे हो अपनी क्लास के, पढ़ाई में यू आर ऑलवेज टॉपिंग। हाउ वाज दैट पॉसिबल?
सर पढ़ाई लिखाई में आई थिंक मेरे भाई भी थे मेरे पहले, और हम लोग 6 भाई बहन थे सर, 6 भाई लगा लीजिए वहाँ सैनिक स्कूल में थे। तो थोड़ा एक आपस में भी रहता था कि एक अच्छा कर रहा है तो दूसरा भी अच्छा करना चाहिए। तो टॉप तो नहीं, लेकिन पहले 5 में हमेशा रहते थे। और ये था कि यार NDA हो जाए तो लाइफ बन जाएगी, पेरेंट्स से पैसे नहीं लेने पड़ेंगे, तो वो बहुत अच्छा हुआ। सैनिक स्कूल चले गए तो स्कॉलरशिप लिया, तो 11th क्लास के बाद से कभी पेरेंट्स से कोई पैसा नहीं लेना पड़ा 16 साल की उम्र से। लाइफ का सबसे बड़ा किक यही था सर, 16 साल की
स्कूल में भी स्कॉलरशिप मिल गई तो पेरेंट्स की तो फीस का भी खर्चा वो नहीं था पेरेंट्स के ऊपर।
हाँ सर।
तो किस साल आपने NDA ज्वाइन किया सैम?
सो 1981 दिसंबर में हमने वो फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट किया 11th के बीच में से, एंड 11th खत्म होते होते तक 19 जुलाई 1982 को एनडीए पहुंच गए सर। वहां से लाइफ की एकदम पटरी बदली हो गई और दूसरा फेज और शुरू हुआ सर।
तो फर्स्ट चांस में यू क्लियर एवरीथिंग, रिटन एग्जाम और एसएसबी
क्लियर्ड सर, एंड रिसेंटली हाई इन मेरिट। सो टॉप 2 को बिहार से स्कॉलरशिप मिलता था सरकार से, तो वो भी मिला सर।
वेरी गुड। सो यू वर व्हेन यू जॉइंड एनडीए यू वर इन द टॉप 2 ऑल इंडिया रैंक
फ्रॉम बिहार।
फ्रॉम बिहार, दैट्स वेरी गुड। तो एनडीए के कुछ बताओ, आपके 3 साल एनडीए में कैसे गए?
एनडीए का तो
वहां आपने टॉप किया एनडीए के अंदर, तो ये कैसे?
पहला दिन एनडीए का बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है, आई एम श्योर आपकी भी वैसे ही कहानी रही होगी। इट रिमेम्बर्स 40 साल हो गए, लेकिन लगता है अभी, मतलब 40 साल से ज्यादा हो गया आज एक्चुअली, तो लेकिन लगता है कि अभी कल ही हुआ है। तो फर्स्ट डे वी वेंट देयर, तो बहुत देखा यार, स्कूल से कोई मेयो स्कूल का है, मेयो कॉलेज का, कोई सेंट स्टीफेंस का है, कोई दून स्कूल का है, सभी फर्राटेदार, सनावर का कोई स्प्रिंग डेल्स, फर्राटेदार इंग्लिश बोल रहे हैं, यू नो, डीपीएस वाले एंड मॉडर्न स्कूल वाले। एंड अपने को तो थोड़ा हाथ अभी भी तंग था, नॉट विथ स्टैंडिंग की नंबर वगैरह आ गए थे अच्छे, बट अगेन एंड देन वी सॉ देम स्मार्टली अटायर्ड सर, पोलोज, यू नो, पोलो टीज, जीन्स वगैरह में थे। एंड अपना तो बस वही, आई थॉट यार ये सब ज्यादा ब्राइट हैं, अपना तो चलेगा नहीं। बट यू नो व्हेन दिस हैपेंस, गॉड कम्स टू योर रेस्क्यू। तो भगवान एकदम प्रकट हो गए जमीन पर, उन्होंने सबको बार बार शॉप में ले बोला जाओ, और सबकी हेयर कट दे दी सर पूरा। एंड उसके बाद सबको पहना दिया सर, यू नो, पोलो टीज बाहर, एंड देन दे गिव अस ऑल, यू नो, ओजीज एंड खाकीज एंड ऑल। अब सारे एक जैसे लग रहे थे। मैंने कहा ठीक है, अभी प्लेइंग फील्ड इज लेवल, अब हम बराबरी में दौड़ सकते हैं, अब सब एक जैसे लगते हैं।
तो क्रू कट इसलिए दिया जाता है कि सारे एक जैसे लगे।
प्लेइंग फील्ड वाज लेवल्ड सर। नाउ आई सेड यार, अभी सभी की स्टार्टिंग लाइन एक है, अब जो तेज भागेगा वो ज्यादा आगे जाएगा।
तो वहां कौन सी स्क्वाड्रन में थे आप?
सर एको स्क्वाड्रन, ये पीटी और ड्रिल वगैरह के लिए मशहूर था। मतलब एको स्क्वाड्रन का ये हाल था कि मेरे 6th टर्म में सारे कंपटीशन हो गए थे सर, और एकेडमिक्स में आउट ऑफ 12 स्क्वाड्रन अगर हम फर्स्ट 10 में आ जाते तो हम चैंपियन बन जाते, लेकिन फर्स्ट 10 भी श्योर नहीं था, तो आ गए फर्स्ट 10 में तो बन गए चैंपियन सर। हमें राजीव गांधी से बैनर मिला था सर।
अच्छा, ओ वेरी गुड।
भारत के प्रधानमंत्री थे उस समय।
एक्सीलेंट। तो आपका एनडीए में कैसे रहा? क्या आप तो पनिशमेंट टाइप वाले तो थे नहीं ना, आपने कोई पंगा लिया होगा एनडीए में?
सर वो ठीक था, वहां तो टाइम नहीं होता। एनडीए लाइक यू नो, ट्रेनिंग तो 7-8 घंटे ऑफिशियल होती है, अनऑफिशियल ट्रेनिंग और 8-9 घंटे और होती है। सो एंड स्क्वाड्रन्स लाइक आवर्स, यू नो, lots and lots of emphasis on preparing you for what is to come in life. उस समय तो अच्छा नहीं लगता है, लेकिन बाद में लगता है। और जहां भी जाओ सारे इंस्ट्रक्टर्स बेस्ट सिलेक्टेड थे। पीटी में जाओ तो वो 50 मिनट में आपका भूत निकाल देते थे 1 घंटे में। तो ड्रिल में जाओ तो सबसे बढ़िया एकदम इंस्ट्रक्टर्स होते थे, यू नो, एंड एकदम लगता था उस समय जलाद की तरह लगते थे। वेपन ट्रेनिंग में जाओ तो वहां लिखा होता था, द मोर यू स्वेट इन पीस द लेस यू ब्लीड इन वॉर। मतलब जितना अमन में आप मेहनत करेंगे उतना जंग में कम खून बहेगा आपका। सो ये बहुत सारे मोटिवेशन, यू नो, लाइनें होती थी करके, एंड इट वाज लाइक फुल डे। 3 साल कैसे गुजरा पता नहीं, बट यू नो लास्ट में आई वाज एसएससी ऑफ एको स्क्वाड्रन, एंड वहां हमें बैनर मिला राजीव गांधी से। सो इट वाज आई थिंक इट कैन बी टेकन इन 2 पार्ट्स। चौथे टर्म तक मेहनत करता रहा तब, यू नो, एंड देन आई रियलाइज्ड वी आर अमंग द टॉप फ्यू, एंड और मेहनत की सर। तो जब तक मिलिट्री एकेडमी, सो 3 साल जब ट्रेनिंग हो गया इंडिया का, उसके बाद आर्मी नेवी एयरफोर्स तीनों का ट्रेनिंग था। उसके बाद एयरफोर्स के हमारे दोस्त चले गए एयरफोर्स एकेडमी में, दे फ्लू एट 2 मैक्स एंड 3 मैक्स। एंड नेवी वाले चले गए नेवल एकेडमी और शिप्स में, एंड दे एक्सप्लोर्ड द डेप्थ्स ऑफ ओशन। कोई सबमरीन में गया, कोई एयरक्राफ्ट कैरियर में, और हम लोग आर्मी वाले चले गए देहरादून में सर,
देहरादून मार्चिंग करने के लिए। अच्छा, मेरे को सैम ये बताओ, 3 साल एनडीए में नेम 1 or 2 डीएसएस या इंस्ट्रक्टर जिन्होंने आपको बहुत इंप्रेस किया, जिनको नया रोल मॉडल है, या कोई उस्ताद था, या कोई ऐसे लोग?
एक तो आपके गार्ड्स के थे सर, सूबेदार मेजर दरबारा सिंह। आई थिंक ही इज अ लेजेंड लाइक स्टेटस। वो उन्होंने 8-9-10 टर्म रखाया। तो द वे ही यूज्ड टू, व्हेन वी यूज्ड टू कम फॉर पासिंग आउट परेड, द वे ही यूज्ड टू मोटिवेट यू एंड विद द स्टोरीज एंड ऑल, it, I mean, you could give your life for him. And then my instructor was there, you know, Captain Babu. He was himself, he used to run cross country with us and beat the hell out of us, even though he was 10 years elder to us. So there were, you know, and there were amazing role models I can count. I remember every instructor almost there. They were all amazing. Sir, एक चीज पहले जानना चाहता हूँ। I think एनडीए की जो एंट्री की प्रोसेस होती है ना सर, एंड आई एम श्योर आप बच्चों को, मैं देखता हूँ आपके इसमें बहुत, ये बच्चे सेलेक्ट हो गए, ये हो गए एसएसबी और यूपीएससी। तो एनडीए में घुसना आसान नहीं है सर। इट इज द 8th टफेस्ट एग्जाम इन द वर्ल्ड सर। आई थिंक स्टैनफोर्ड और हार्वर्ड में घुसना ज्यादा आसान है सर एनडीए से। बहुत लोग अपियर करते हैं, एंड देन यूपीएससी से एग्जाम होता है, पहले होता था, अभी शायद होता है। एंड देन व्हेन दे टेक यू फॉर दैट एसएसबी, तो 5 दिन का टेस्ट होता है सर। आपकी साइकोलॉजिकल टेस्ट करते हैं, इंटेलिजेंस टेस्ट करते हैं, ग्रुप टास्क होता है, प्रोग्रेसिव ग्रुप टास्क, हाफ टास्क, ऑब्स्टिकल, मेंटली, फिजिकली, हर एंगल से। एंड देन देयर इज इंटरव्यू, आपकी लीडरशिप स्किल्स, फॉलोअरशिप स्किल्स। दे सेलेक्ट, दे पूरा 360 डिग्री स्कैनिंग कर लेते हैं, ठोक पीट के, फिर बजा के, फिर दे टेक यू नो 3-4 people out of the batch of 30-35, they take it. So I think they take some of the best, and then they work very hard on them for 3 to 4 years. So by the time you become officers, between 16 to 20 years of age, your life is completely transformed, and now you are fit to lead men and women, and now hopefully in future robots also to death.
To battle, yeah. No, there's no doubt. It's one of the finest institutions, है ना? तो मुझे ये बताओ कि आपने जनरली क्या होता है, मैंने देखा है हमारे स्कूल से भी, या हमारे भी यार दोस्त जो गए, वो पढ़ाई लिखाई पे जोर नहीं देते एनडीए में, और वो फिर मतलब ज्यादा फिजिकल पे जोर देते हैं, एंड पढ़ाई लिखाई से उनका ना मन थोड़ा दूर हो जाता है, और फिर वो कैचअप भी नहीं कर पाते। बट यू मेंटेन, आपने एनडीए में कैसे बैलेंस किया कि आपका फिजिकल में भी आप बढ़िया कर रहे थे, एंड स्टडीज में भी यू आर अ गोल्डन टॉर्च? कौन सी टॉर्च? व्हाट वाज योर सीजीपीए?
So the first day I went to Echo Squadron, which had a great tradition in cross country, PT, drill. We used to win year after year, and पढ़ाई लिखाई का कोई tradition नहीं था, तो they saw a torch. Now torch used to be given to people who were good in studies. पहले बोला bloody torchy, get rolling, और front roll करना शुरू कर दो। torchy मतलब torches are not welcome here.
पढ़ाई लिखाई वाले नीचे।
हाँ नहीं, बट बॉक्सिंग करता था सर। तो बॉक्सिंग में मैं अपना पहले वेट रनर अप था, फिर वेट चैंपियन हो गया। क्रॉस कंट्री में आगे आता था काफी, बाद में मेडलिस्ट भी था। तो people used to like me, my seniors used to like me because ये outdoors में अच्छा है। So there were a lot of
great कि you are in boxing में भी आपका you are a medal winner, and cross country also a medal winner, and you are medal winner in studies also, academics also.
I think academics was something close to heart. I liked reading, studying and करके, but that was your own time work. There was no encouragement from the squadron to study and all. But later I realized, when they add up, so the way assessment system in NDA is, they give you marks for your academics, which was handled then by JNU. So JNU के professors, so there is a fairly high amount. Then there is marks for your service subjects. आपकी weapon training, fighting और ये सब की जो आपको बता रहा हूँ, आपके लिए नहीं है.
हाँ, उनके लिए, हाँ, सही बात है.
You know all of it. So there are marks for service subjects. लड़ाई से related जो है, tactics, weapon training, combat drills,
craft and all.
Yeah, flying, Air Force वालों के लिए, Navy, sailing वालों के लिए. तो इन सब की अलग marks होती है. And then there are, of course, marks for outdoors, PT, drill, cross country, and but there are also marks for officer-like qualities, how you interact with each other, whether you are fit to be a good leader, what your peers think of you, what your instructors think. So it's a very, very balanced scorecard, जिसको civil में मैंने word सुना, तो ये असली मायने में balanced scorecard होता था वहाँ. And then they kind of take you. They also see you, if you go to command parade or something, they also look at your, those
word of command, your bearing, and all that.
So military IMA I commanded the parade.
वही मैं वो IMA पे भी आ रहा हूँ. तो NDA you had a wonderful 3 years. कोई any bad memory of NDA? कोई आपको adjustment में problem हुई हो, या कहीं आपको लगा हो unnecessary किसी ने punish कर दिया आपको, ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं हुआ?
So सारा कुछ unnecessary लगता था sir, but when you look back at it, I think it is who likes to, which young guy kid at 16 wants to go and keep front rolling or keep this thing. But I think that it set you up for life. उसके बाद life में कोई भी चीज लगता था यार tough नहीं है. You had been awake for multiple days, multiple nights. You had marched for 100 kilometers. You had carried you, if you're going for a camp, and if you're doing 100-kilometer march and one of your colleagues was not feeling well, you actually carried him on your shoulder, and not in a plane. You carried him up, towards the Singer Fort. You carried him on all those hills of Khadagwasla and on Dehradun, Mussoorie. You carried their weapons and LMGs. So I think that that bonding, that spirit decor, I think the seeds are sown there, the seeds of leadership. It's truly a cradle of leadership, the National Defense Academy,
absolutely,
Indian Military Academy, and the Officers Training Academy.
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt on it. So what was your merit when your batch went to IMA, NDA, sir?
So I was number 4 in merit, sir, because
number 4 among the army cadets.
No, number 4 in all, sir. second among our cadets. Yes.
That's very good. That's creditable, Sam. No doubt, what you're doing in life shows you are शुरू से ही आप जो है टॉप में रहने की आदत थी आप.
Thank you.
अच्छा आप बताओ, IMA में you went to which company, which battalion?
I was in Jozila company, sir, Manekshaw battalion, which was like in the showpiece. You know,
in the showpiece next
we
behind the Chetwood.
We were in the show window, sir. Yeah,
show
next
window.
to the Chetwood halls.
हाँ, next to Chetwood hall, and पूरा अपने हमेशा चमकता रहता था वहाँ काम. तो there you won the Sword of Honor.
Yes, sir.
ये मैं अपने ऑडियंस को बता दूं कि Sword of Honor means number 1 in order of merit. ये सबसे, I think उसके बराबर कोई अवार्ड हो सकता है क्या जिंदगी में? चाहे कुछ भी मिल जाए. To get a Sword of Honor in your batch when you become an officer, it must be amazing. वो feeling बताओ आपके पेरेंट्स की, आपका कैसे सिलेक्शन हुआ वो?
I think it is very special in every day. So just for everybody benefit of audience, so there are 2 awards. One is called gold medal. So they add up all your marks, like I said, academic, service subjects, you know, officer-like qualities, what your peers think of you, what your students, teachers think of you. So all of it is put together, and then a merit list is drawn up, and then that is called whosoever comes first, he gets the President's Gold Medal on behalf of President of India, and the second one gets silver and third one bronze, and there are several other medals. But after that, first 5, 7, 10 people are selected, and they are like put through, they have to mutually assess each other. What do each guy thinks of the other? How can you command the parade? Everybody is given a choice to do that. What the drill instructors think of you, what everyone else thinks. There is another level of deep selection, so that pura thok peet ke, then they select. I know.
Decision is taken at commandant level.
Yes. But I can tell you, the first day that you command, when you are practicing for command, you don't realize it. But the last day, I can tell you, as a 20-year young guy, you are commanding. You come out first out of the Chetwood Hall, into this. Then you lead the parade onto the drill square. That day there were a lot of cameras. There VIP. There is air chief. My parents, right? My mother. I said all of 8th class pass sitting in the first seat. My father sitting next. Then the army commander sitting, and and then all the VIPs sitting there. It can be a little distracting also, sir. You have to kind of focus. Look, next 3 hours I have to be here, and I have to get parade all. Yeah. But I think overwhelming feeling. The first time that I turned back to give my first word of command, and I look back at it, I think the overwhelming feeling was, it did not matter where you started from. Where you reached is what is important. And life, you can take no success for granted. Each time you have to restart and remake it happen.
So that command of parade, फिर कैसे selection कैसे हुआ कि जब आपको पता लगा कि SM Kumar, GC SM Kumar is going to get the Sword of Honor of this batch? What happens
is they select you a lot of people to command, so somebody does one day, next day they ask somebody else. But as you head closer to the passing out parade, like, let's say 15, 20 days are left. Then, in 7 days, in 5 days, you are called 4 days to command. Next week, now you are on to third last week. Now all 5 days you are called to command. Then you kind of start getting it. You start getting the hint. It's announced on the last day, very last day. You don't know, that you're going to get it. But yeah, you generally get a broad hint that you will get a Sword of Honor.
Get a Sword of Honor. तो और बहुत मैंने देखा इसमें बहुत खींचातानी होती है. Between the DSS, commandant, chief instructor, and various faculties, इसको देनी है, which arm or service are you opting for? उस पे भी depend करता है ना?
I'm sure. So life में you always need good mentors, good role models. Firstly, वो आपके ambitions, they have to make you think you can get it. I still remember, sir, for this, like you said, I had a choice either to play safe, work hard in studies and other things. But if you wanted a Sword of Honor, you had to win a boxing medal, you had to be great in drill and all. So I would probably study till 12 o'clock. And then I used to have my boxing bouts. So after that, practice boxing. So that was on time work after midnight in Dehradun. So you have
Sword of Honor is really, something very amazing feeling. आपका batch आपको कभी नहीं बोल सकता कि हमारे batch का Sword of Honor कौन है ना?
Thank you for making me relive those days.
और ये बताओ, when you walked in front and the whole academy watching, TV camera, chief guest कौन था आपकी passing out?
Air Chief Marshal Dennis Anthony LaFontaine, sir. Very, very legendary.
Yeah, very, very highly respected Air Force chief, and parents बिल्कुल वो तो अब तो सामने आ गए आप वो feeling when the sword was given to you and TV cameras and all, how was that feeling? Were you just tired and it was happening या कुछ there was a चमक थी आंखों में?
There was a lot of excitement, but I think the overwhelming feeling was that you are commanding the parade, stay in the moment, get it over. I think I can narrate one story which I remember. So I think each time you wanted to distract, you wanted to be in the moment. Just figure a 20-year-old young guy kind of with so many distractions around, wanting to figure in the moment. But the big story that I remember is after that, after the parade is done, and of course you are now on to more ceremonial end. Now finally you can see you pass through the Chetwood Hall. The parade commander is the last guy to go in. Antim Pag ke baad, once you have entered Chetwood Hall, the last step, the final step, that means you are now pretty much, you can start considering now I'm second lieutenant or lieutenant now. So after that you go for pipping. So in my case, my parents were pipping. So of course my parents pipped. It is a moment of great glory for them. They're from civil background completely. The person next to me was, Second Lieutenant Ravinder Singh Kataria. His father was a Subedar, and he pipped him and he jor se salute. All the cameras which were on me went to him. And I think that is a moment that I still echoes in my memory, when the father, the pride in his eyes, when he saluted his son after pipping. So I think more than mine, what was happening on my sides, I think I still distinctly remember, sir.
Yeah, that is an amazing feeling, your parents and तो आपने 9 में क्यों opt किया? Your sword of honor, you could have gone anywhere else. वो थोड़ा part बताओ, choice of arms कैसे decide की? किसने impress किया आपको?
So you always kind of, when you can get what you opt for, it is again a very, very kind of nervous feeling. So I thought, 9 para commando, I thought, I wanted to join the special forces, and I had heard that 9 para commando is so, but then Sundarji's team had come in too, and they really motivated everyone that, mechanized infantry is tomorrow's
the arm of the future. Of the future.
Yeah. Tomorrow's arm in today's army or something.
Yeah. Tomorrow's arm in today's army. Yeah, absolutely.
And then they motivated us, look, if you're bright and if you got it in you, then you go to Mechan. So I think 9 stayed and it went to Mechan.
So you got 9 Mech infantry.
A very, 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 very old decorated unit. You worked with us.
I have served with that unit. A lot of respect for you, and your unit. Old grenadiers.
7 grenadiers, sir. Old.
Grenadiers.
Panzer grenadiers, very, very decorated.
Yeah, Panzer grenadiers.
Great battle record. 71 war, we captured Chicken Neck.
Yeah.
So amazing. Before that, Chatbet, the first honor in independent India. 1956, we captured Chatbet. In 71, Kashmir, that was the big success moment for India. We captured Chicken Neck, and you have seen it even during peacetime in other places.
Yeah, absolutely.
We learned a lot from each other, sir. Our unit together, we learned from each other.
Yeah, Babina days pe bhi aayenge. So, second lieutenant ban gaye SM Kumar at 20 years of age, and now you've gone back to the unit. तो वहां पर भी जाके आपने वही जोश दिखाया, went on bios course.
No. First day was very interesting, sir. Came from 26 hours train ride from Patna to Jammu, nearest railway station Jammu, where they had come in a 1 ton. 1 ton used to be that big vehicle. And my immediate senior was dressed as my Sahayak, the battle companion. And he actually carried my big box, which is almost 1 meter wide. You know that NDA box, 1 meter and little less height and very wide. And he actually carried it. So I could never feel that, this guy is, differently dressed. Bhartinder Kesar. So he actually came in, and then they took me to the, after some time, the 1 ton stopped. Maybe driver knowingly stopped. And then he said that you do this, you have to,
handle.
And my, hand was almost bleeding by then, and then they said, okay, you have not been able to do it. I said, no, I will try again. Maybe they had disconnected or something. But anyway, so when we reached the unit, then they said, okay, you are very fit. We've seen your record. You are sword of honor and you're a very good runner. So we'll do your running test. So they gave me a big pack, 22 kgs and weapon. They issued my weapon. 27 kgs in 44-degree temperature, sir, with about 85-90% humidity on 4th of July in 1986 in Jammu. The best 2 marathon runners of the unit, they were in sports dress, and they made me run about 18-20 kilometers, and then
same day, pehle din,
same day, unit. I had just come after 24 hours of run. taken me for a lunch, and I had lunch, some brandy. They said you have to have brandy and lunch, and then 26. After 18-20 kilometers, I think that guy who was leading me, he told him ki ye saab tagda hai type. Like this guy, yeah, he's passed the test. Now let's stop. Let's test him on something else. So I think he took a pity on me. This is not fair. But just imagine, 27 kgs on your back, and after 27 hours of train ride.
I know everyone has different experience of first day in academy, first day in unit. It is like rebirth,
But it's not first day, sir. It didn't stop there. Then they took me to a place called Datta Talab. If you have served there, Ratnuchak, There were buffaloes and all who were inside that. They said this is improvised swimming pool. And just take your weapon off, keep the pack on. So you have to do the swimming test here. We do the battle swimming test. This is an old decorated unit, so you have to do all that.
I never heard this.
Meri jaan nikal di sir pehle din. They completely tested, but they developed a lot of respect for me. I managed to come up to their expectations.
But imagine, banda sword of honor, सोच रहा दुनिया में अब क्या करना है यार? एनडीए में टॉप है, आईएमए में टॉप है, अब तो अफसर बन गए, कमांड देंगे, और यहाँ पे आपको दौड़ाया जा रहा है, पानी में डाल दिया गया. Who was the CEO that time?
So Colonel Mool Singh Mertia, sir. He was a very, very noble man, 65, war wounded, and very, very good, solid man. There is another phase to it, sir. Before audience thinks that military is all bad guys and other things. There's another phase to it. So when the day I got my first salary, those days salary used to come with a delay. There was no computerization. Now India.
5-6 महीने में आती थी. 5-6 महीने में पे आती थी.
3 महीने में आ गई थी, sir. थोड़ा efficient हो गए थे हमारे समय तक. So then the first day I was called that he said, look, you will go on leave tomorrow, and your first pay has come. And what are you buying for your parents and all? And my wife will go with you actually to this, and you can buy whatever you want and take something for your parents. So there is that, those fatherly kind of figure, and off parade, it was like very, very military, is very, very, there is no hierarchy and all. You're like one of us, and so off parade and on parade, I think, is a very, very different kind of world.
Yeah, that is what was the best part of the army. मेरी यूनिट में हम तो इंटर कंपनी में लड़ झगड़ लेते थे, तो बहुत बार बदतमीजी भी करते थे सीनियर के साथ. बट शाम को फिर जो है ना कि कम ऑन, कोई बात नहीं, वो अलग है. You are fighting for your company, good, you must fight.
Over a glass of drink, I think there is fair amount of social equality, sir. I think we learned that.
Yeah, we learned that because finally we are friends and we'll fight together. That never always remained कि हमने इकट्ठा लड़ाई में जाना है, और ये यूनिट लड़ेगी तो हम लोग कुछ कर पाएंगे, और इसके लिए ठीक है थोड़ा बहुत लड़ाई झगड़ा करना इंटर कंपनी और अपने उस बात के लिए. इमोशनल पार्ट सही है. That was there. तो initial then YOs also you topped, मतलब.
So YOs I was number 2, sir. YOs I was number 2, and my unit had old vintage equipment. Those days APC BTR wheeled, and I decided to do the course on a completely different equipment, BMP, which was a future. But that helped me a lot, because when I went after that, me and my immediate junior Brigadier DV Singh, sir, who you know very well. So we were the young officers actually selected by Colonel Lahiri to convert the unit. So we taught everybody senior to us and all Jawans and everyone on the new equipment. So we were always forward thinking and looking. It really didn't matter where you were in life. Whole life you need to learn the new equipment, new tricks, new battlecraft and other things. That was, I think, the spirit. But after that
time, it was the course was with the armor YOs, है ना? Armored course entrance school में. Armored और MitKat इकट्ठा होता था YO को.
After that, one did well in many of the courses, This is not the moment. This is not the moment.
This is not the moment to.
Yeah.
उसके बाद, I know you had a brilliant this thing. You were instructor in D&M also.
So after I topped my D&M course, instructor course, and then I was instructor in Armored Corps Entrance School. And then the commandant of Mechanized Infantry told me that, look, we are raising a school. So this was a graded appointment. So actually I came to a non-graded appointment to Mechanized Infantry Regimental Center, to my own regimental center, to raise a school. So that remains a moment of pride and glory. We raised it well. I went there actually 6 months back, and people have really taken it completely to a different level, sir.
In fact, जब मैं गया, मेरी यूनिट तो 95 में कन्वर्ट हुई ना, हम तो इन्फेंट्री सोल्जर थे. And I went for the course जो तुमने second lieutenant किया, I did as a major. I did the course. So we used to hear about you कि यार ये कैप्टन सैम है 9 मैक का, the most bright guy, and he's an authority on BMP. So तुम लोगों का तुम legendary थे यार वहाँ पे.
My honor, sir. My honor. I think equally we used to hear a lot of good things about you. So I think
we came into Macfold 10 साल के मतलब बाद आए हम. इनफैक्ट बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है सैम कि मेरा स्टाफ कॉलेज का ना पेपर क्लियर हो गया और उन्होंने बोला कि सर लेकिन आपने पार्ट डी नहीं पास किया मैक इन्फेंट्री का. मैंने कहा मैं इन्फेंट्री का पास किया 4 साल पहले. कहता नहीं ये रिक्वायरमेंट है. So before going, there's just one chance. I had to sit for one exam to clear Part D specialty core of mech infantry. फौज है, पता नहीं क्या बता दे. अच्छा तो इनिशियल इयर्स में और कहाँ का आपकी पोस्टिंग रही? Till you
so after the instructor I went to for tank tech course, which was again amazing time. Got married during that time, so I think good peace posting and did well, got a distinction there. Did part of unit life which everyone does, wherever unit went to field peace, did there again. By then one did all things, adjutant, technical tech, TO and all that, you know, company commander. So all the bits that you do, enjoyed I think every bit of it. Hardcore ground soldiering, a lot of it I did later also in my life, full tenure 2IC, full tenure CO. So I think that set you up well for that. I got a chance, I was actually selected to go to join missile program, you know, pretty early. I was just an acting major there. So I spent 3 years in Delhi and very closely saw the workings of DRDO military at a very higher level as a young officer. So that way it was a great learning. And from there I went to, I had to appear for staff college because you have compulsory exams. The first time my son was born, so I dropped the compulsory chance. You know,
okay.
So my boss I had a very good boss. So he used to say, you don't require 3 chances. You're a bright guy, you will clear in 1 year. So he says, and you know, you've just come to Delhi, you know, and then you look after your wife and you go and attend. And again, life is like that. I couldn't be present for my son's birth because we had a missile test.
I was not present both the times.
So again, it is some call of duty came and I still had to go. But again, next time I appeared and rest the says history.
So which course did you do? Which staff course?
I did it in UK, sir. I did it in Cambridge.
This is my memory is failing. The next thing I want to talk of doing staff college, Camberley. The sword of honor. Sword of honor. And this is the second time you're sitting for exam and you top the exam. And ye batao jara Camberley kaise jate hain staff college for the audience?
So you all appeared for staff college. So there is a written exam of 5 days. So there are tactics A, tactics B, which is like more of application, then Adam and morale, law. So there are a lot of papers there. I'm forgetting the fifth. So there are 5 papers there and you sit through 5 days of written exam. And there are marks for that. There are also marks for your battle record, your annual confidential reports and other things. And after that, they make a merit list. So first 20 guys are called competitive. Rest about 230 odd guys they go to. So 250 guys go to Wellington. One guy in our time used to go from Army, one from Navy, one from Air Force. They used to go to, you know, what UK. Was the staff college UK. So for that you have also got there is an interview where I saw 4 lieutenant generals actually sitting there, and the guy who was probably reserve, he was in MO, and his boss was actually the presiding officer of that. And I have seen system at its fairest best, and I got selected and he remained reserve. He went to Indian staff course and did very well there, you know, and so I got a chance. The people who did with me in Air Force and Navy, both are 3 stars, sir. One is AOCNC and the other is also a 3-star in Navy.
Actually, if Indian Army का selection system जो है, माशाल्लाह बहुत खूबसूरत है, क्योंकि जब आप वेलिंगटन उधर गए थे कैम्बरले, अराउंड दैट टाइम हम 8 कैप्टन सेलेक्ट हुए थे यूएन मिशन मोजाम्बिक के लिए. All 8 went on to become, I think 6 went on to become general officers.
You did this thing in staff course. You did
I went to Bangladesh later. That was second staff course.
I'm sure that all these multinational courses have got great experiences. And
great experience. Absolutely.
I regret not going to Wellington and missing out on a lot of friendships, but made new friends across the world.
Yeah, but Camberley is it's considered mother of all staff courses because Quetta, Wellington, Mirpur, at least in Asia, they all draw their allegiance or the system is still what was followed in Cambodia.
Those friendships remain, sir. I remember there was a gentleman called Yongjo Lu from Singapore, Navy. So he was with me, and there was another officer from Singapore, from Army, Kanwai Tan. So he asked me in Camberley that, do you have a vehicle there? I said, I have 2 official vehicles. And he said, what about driver? I said, drivers for both. So in Singapore, it's very difficult to own a vehicle, and driver, you can just forget about it.
Yeah.
So he used to tell his wife, don't call him Sam, call him Lord Sam. 2 vehicle, 2 driver. And many years down the line, when I became an entrepreneur, I had hung uniform, gone this. On Facebook, I saw Yongju Lo, and I told him I'm coming there. And do you remember me? He says, of course, Lord Sam. And Lord Sam, vegetarian, I will come and pick you up in your hotel, and we will go to a vegetarian breakfast. So after 15, 20 years, also those friendships remain. So I think it is great from those perspectives. And I'm not talking about the official side, a lot of it is classified stuff and all. I don't want to go into it.
Yeah. So
military,
from Camberley,
yeah.
When you एक साल वहाँ पे to wear India and to represent your country, वो feeling बताओ, because I have experienced this in UN and this place, Bangladesh.
So lot of interesting things happened. So you make friendships for life. The boss, my brigadier of Indian Army, who was there in UK, sir, very, very bright, impressive officer, himself a graduate of Staff College, Camberley. And he used to always have a lot of soft corner for Camberley. His name was Brigadier Sudhir Sharma. Later, he went on to become...
Yeah, okay, oh.
And he is my chairman now. So
yeah, now I can put 2 and 2 together.
and there was a coup in Pakistan when we were there. The very, very impressive officers from Pakistan Army. And one day we found them in a huddle. And then we heard on the internet that they were this thing. And immediately our instructor tells us, don't worry, you will get the summon from your embassy to find what's happening, what's the international reaction. And for sure, whatever he had predicted was all coming true. So there were a lot of things. And of course, I remember, we had just conducted nuclear tests before that.
Yeah, 98 we did test.
So there was a lot of hostility against India. So it was left to us, the naval officer. Yeah, naval officer, then Lieutenant Commander Sanjay Jasjit Singh, very, very impressive, great orator.
Oh, yeah, I know him. Okay, yeah.
And then his dad, Air Commodore Jasjit Singh, had come there. So we asked him, to prepare us well. And between Chelapati, me and Sanjay, we made a very, very kind of impressive defense led by Sanjay. And he was a great orator. He went on to get the best student there. So I think it was a great moment of pride. I think we tried to represent our country well, put our point of view well, and we said there's not an explanation that India owes to the world. I said India's time has come. Now you can't stop this rising nation. And we reminded them about history. From 3500 BC to 1700 AD, India was a quarter of world power. So 200-300 years is a small time. We said the wheel is coming back full circle. In our lifetime, we'll see India, and we have overtaken UK this year. So very proud of that. Very proud of that, sir.
Yeah, I'm very proud. बड़ा मजा आता है.
एक और story सुनाता हूँ, sir. And I have promised myself that I will go into no tactics today. There is that International Day, sir. So International Day में we wore, national tricolor का ना 3 पगड़ी हमने मंगाई थी. Air Commodore Jasjit Singh had carried. He was director of IDSS, sir. So his son was there, so he'd come for some guest lecture. So we had told him to get 3 pagdis. So there is a gentleman called Lord Karan Bilimoria. He sent us, so we had invited him, to come to attend the International Day. He didn't come, but he sent a very beautiful note, and he sent crates and crates of beer. A pickup van pulls us in front of this thing one day before in front of our home, and we kept downloading, and they were like endless crates of beer. And next day we had taken, so we had put a beer stall, and we had tandoori chicken and gulab jamun. So there were about 300 people, another 300 guests. Out of them, probably 200 would have lined out of 600 people. 200 to 300 would have been lined up in front of us. So it was beer on the house, tandoori chicken, followed by gulab jamun. So our stall was the most popular. So another kind of moment for us and our lives.
This reminds me of our, we have this in Bangladesh, Amar Desh presentation. And it is alphabetically. Only India is given the honor there. The first talk is always by India. So India means I was a lieutenant colonel. I had 2 youngsters, Navy and Air Force. For them, it is first staff college. In my case, I was much senior. So onus on doing this was with me, So हमने जो मीरपुर वो जो हॉल है कमांड एंड जनरल स्टाफ कॉलेज का, उसकी डेकोरेशन गेंदे के फूल से की. We made the commandant and his wife climb down from stairs to light the diya, which is Indian tradition.
Wow.
And we started with Tamso Ma Jyotirgamaya.
Wow.
You know, and even our children, little children, they were all dressed in national attire, all wives. Everyone took part in the talk. This was the first talk where not only officers, their wives and the children also came on the stage to speak about India. And मतलब जो कमांडेंट वगैरह थे, सीआई थे, वो कहते हैं कि कर्नल, we have never seen a country presentation taken with this kind of fervor. That I have never seen it. Wow. That you set a benchmark too high for others to follow.
Amazing, amazing. Nothing less would have been expected from you, sir.
वो फर्स्ट गार्ड स्टाइल है. अच्छा, nobody to read the script. तो रोज घर में मेरे आके ना सारे बच्चे सब वही डिनर होता था और सबको मेमोराइज करना. अब स्टेज पे वही आएगा जो खड़े होके बोलेगा. There is no, you can't read a script. So yeah, country day and all to celebrate outside and to defend your country. Will not go into politics, but I used to do a lot of defending because I had come from Kashmir. I came straight from 36 RR to Dhaka.
So there were brilliant speakers, sir. There were brilliant speakers from across the world. We did part of our staff course in USA. There were good battlefield tours. We went to Normandy. We spent a couple of days, you know, reading Normandy landings. We went to Supreme Headquarters of Allied Powers in Europe, in Brussels, Mons. Then we went to the American side. We went to Norfolk, Virginia, you know, largest naval base in the world. We saw a demo at Airstrike Command Langley. We went to the largest battlefield sites of the Civil War, battlefield of Chattanooga. Did our military, did part of our course in infantry school, Fort Benning, which is near Atlanta. And that's the place I saw ambition of America. You know, they think big. Their normal tracks, sir. Our track used to be 400 meters in here. I saw a track of 1600 meters. So one chakkar and you're done a mile. So you do 5 and you're done for the day. And then we saw there was an international airport inside this, and they used to have customs, immigration, everything inside the infantry school. So I said, you know, this country thinks big. And went to Norfolk, Virginia. It had 110,000 people on a single island, sir. Indian Navy had 44,000 people that time. And we saw these aircraft carriers, USS Dwight Eisenhower, other, you know, massive ones with 44 aircrafts you could parked on one deck. And it is completely different. The scale of things was different. Even from going from Atlanta to Fort Benning, 16-lane expressways I had never seen in life, you know, the big cars. We used to literally reach in 160 miles in some 105 minutes or something, which to literally, so 105 miles in 160 minutes, I'm just saying.
What an exposure, 1 year traveling around the globe doing this course.
Yeah.
उसके बाद कहाँ आए आप? India के, where did they post you?
Yeah, so went to the unit and then went to as BM of 6th Indian Armored Brigade. So went to the unit. We were in Parakram, assault combat team commander, leading combat team. That's where we have always been, sir. At the cutting edge. At the cutting edge. Once kind of things stabilized and all, then went as BM, Brigade Major to Suratgarh. And again, it was a lot of people deployed, lots of fun, very, very hectic tenure. And balance of my life, sir, fortunately, the last part of my life, I did back with my unit. Full tenure, second in command, full tenure, commanding officer, sir. Hung uniform on the last day of command after having accomplished much of what one had set out to do. I
distinctly remember when we became close friends in Babina, you were 2IC of the unit, and then you took over the unit in front of me.
4 days after you. 4 days after you.
Yeah. And then we started this, the kind of professional work we did. That 2 years was, I think, the high point as far as your learning, relearning under some amazing leaders, amazing GOCs and commanders. Huh?
Yes, sir.
मतलब वो टाइम था लड़ाई में जाने का, तो शायद कुछ मतलब
yes,
we could have achieved something big.
Yeah, General Dolly Shekhawat, JP Singh. I mean, later I had General Kulkarni before that.
General AK Singh.
Yeah, General AK, General Chet. You know, so some amazing, amazing.
General Panag as our co-commander.
Yeah, Panag, sir. General Atty. So it's pretty impressive role model.
General Atty as the army commander.
So pretty impressive people, sir. I think lots to learn from each of them. And again, and before that also missile program I had worked with, you know, I mean, Dr. Kalam, the people with Mr. Saraswat and Mr. Iyer, Mr. Agarwal, very, very impressive people, sir. And then General VP Malik on this side. So lots of very impressive people.
And I remember आपने ना तभी मुझे कह दिया था जब आप कि मैंने जो है 2 साल की कमांड के बाद फौज छोड़नी, और हम लोग बहुत आपको मोटिवेट करते थे, नहीं आर्मी रिक्वायर्स पीपल लाइक यू, तुमने इतना वो किया हुआ है, तुम्हें तो अभी आगे जाना चाहिए, और आपकी एज भी सही थी, आपको बहुत यंग एज में कमीशन लिया था, मतलब आर्मी कमांडर तक तो कोई रोकने वाला नहीं था आपको, तो आपने क्यों फौज छोड़ी सैम, आज ये बताओ जरा कैंडिडली.
So no, I think Fauj is one of the greatest organizations, and if I were to probably be reborn, I would again go back to that only. And so I think I had a great time. My thing is, whatever I had set out to do, when you join army, you have your checklist, wish list in life. If God gives you everything, you want to be a sword of honor, you want to be decorated, you want your unit to do well, you want to be whatever, you want to command your own unit, do everything. Maybe I had achieved everything. So there was, the sense of there is nothing else left to be achieved, rightly or wrongly. The second thing is, when you are part of a large ship, then you have to do pretty much the way. I mean, till command, it is fine. But after that, once you are in the big bad world outside, you have to do, move with the ship. You're not. So if you want to do something more, then you probably need to come out and step out and then find your own niche. And I actually did a startup with Mahindra Group and did well. But once we started doing well, I think again the same feeling, if you want to do more, move faster, then you need to kind of. So I think these organizations were great. I served only with 2 organizations, Indian Army and in Mahindra Group in corporate world. I think amazing organizations. I learned a lot. I owe a debt of gratitude to Stanand Mahindra and, my old CEO, Captain Raghuraman, and all of them. I think, so we learned a lot from each of them. But I think entrepreneurship was the final calling, sir. So which and now
नहीं आप तुम हमेशा बोलते थे कि सर मैंने जॉब देने लोगों को, and this is what you were telling me when I was also thinking of leaving. You were telling कि सर मैं छोड़ूंगा और आप मत छोड़ो. You remember those days, 2005-06, people wanting to leave.
You always a commander. My only moment of regret was when you were approved for staff. I said, the commanders must be approved for command. That was my only regret. Otherwise it's fine.
In an organization like ours, you just do what
selection system is very fair, sir, and I think it's kind of everybody can't go because of paramedical nature, but I think each of us get to prove our worth. And so somebody told me, what's your level of motivation? I said, if I'm made OC Piggery, my pigs will be the fattest. So it's not only about rank, it's about, you have to do justice to the job at hand. And
exactly, जो भी काम मिले, चाहे बड़ा खाना ऑर्गेनाइज करना हो, चाहे पानी पकोड़े खिलाने हो, वो भी बेस्ट होना चाहिए. हाँ, स्पोर्ट्स है तो बेस्ट है.
So we are Chetwodian. We are with the Chetwodian motto, sir. I mean, country has to always come first, and then the troops we command next. Our own thing has to come last, sir. That's a thing we carried to the corporate and entrepreneurial world also, and it helped us well, sir. It helped us well.
So now you're a CEO, founder of a very big company. You're globetrotter. आप अभी सिंगापुर जा रहे हो घूमने. I see you with the best in the world. Stage पे Sam, बहुत अच्छा लगता है हमें. तो इस जनरेशन के बच्चों को जो नहीं समझ लो आर्मी में नहीं आ पाते हैं, या उनको अगर कॉर्पोरेट में जाना है, सैम, तो क्या एडवाइस देना चाहोगे?
सर, कोई भी जब हम लेट्स टेक इट लिटिल हायर, कोई भी अगर जॉब हम ढूंढना चाहते हैं ना, जैसे हमें भी, जैसे आर्मी से निकल गए बाहर आए तो जॉब ढूंढना था, एंड वी डिडंट नो एक्चुअली, एंड नोबडी टू गाइड अस. सो 3 चीजें मैंने देखी है, और ये मेरी विजडम नहीं है, दिस इज अ स्टडी बाय हार्वर्ड, और जापान का भी मैंने स्टडी किया है विजडम, उनका भी विजडम यही बोलता है. 3 चीजें वो बोलते हैं. नंबर 1, मार्केट इज अबाउट डिमांड एंड सप्लाई. अगर सिविल सर्विसेज की सर 10,000 ही सीट है या 5,000 ही सीट है, और एनडीए में 300 ही जा सकते हैं सर, और आईएमए में 350-400 ही जा सकते हैं, और ओटीए में, तो बाकी भी बहुत कुछ करने के लिए है दुनिया में आजकल. ठीक है, सो यू हैव टू लुक एट मार्केट, कहाँ किसकी डिमांड है. साइबर सिक्योरिटी दुनिया भर में प्रोफेशनल्स की डिमांड है, तो फिजिकल सिक्योरिटी क्यों आप पढ़ रहे हैं? ठीक है, सो गो टू जहां डिमांड है, बिकॉज जहां भी डिमांड होगा वहां प्राइसेस ज्यादा होंगे, वहां जॉब्स ज्यादा होंगे. डोंट गो इन क्लटर्ड स्पेस. सबने सिविल सर्विसेज और उसमें ही नहीं जाना है. ऑफ कोर्स इफ इट इज योर कॉलिंग, मस्ट गो, बट बी श्योर कि 300 ही एनडीए जाएंगे. एंड अगर कोई एनडीए नहीं गया, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है जो लोग नहीं जा पाए फौज में, लाइक डॉक्टर कलाम एंड ऑल, भारत के राष्ट्रपति बन गए, मिसाइल प्रोग्राम के फादर बन गए. So father of the nation and father of, missile program, they can become. So you can become anything in life. You can dream, you're born in exciting times. Today with a $20 smartphone, you can reach out to all the knowledge in the world. And, eklavya ka time nahi hai ki aapko angutha dena padega. So you can dream to be what you be. You can dare to be what you be. So पहला चीज है market होना चाहिए. दूसरा होना चाहिए passion. Go where you want to do. Yash Moore wants to be, my dad was Subedar Major of this unit. I want to command this unit. Go there. Go where your passion is. जिस चीज में आपको साइबर सिक्योरिटी में मन लगता है वहां जाए, गोल्फ खेलने में मन लगता है वो जाए, नाव चलाने में मन लगता है सेलिंग करें, मछली मारने में मन लगता है सबसे अच्छा मछली पकड़िए, सबसे तगड़ी मछलियां पकड़िए. So go to where your passion is. So second most important thing is passion. And third is skills. Of course, where you go, you need to learn that. Somebody will pay you or you will pay yourself also if you know your job well. And skill की shelf life 5 साल है. और सर आप जब आए तो आप यंग ऑफिसर थे, खेलते कूदते थे, बहुत यूनिट में बड़ा नाम था. But वही characteristics will not take you. After 5 years, you have to study staff college, do well, command well, take decisions well. बाद में तब कंप्यूटर आ गया. You have to learn whole lot of computer and other thing. अभी artificial intelligence आ रहा है. अभी you have to think big. The world is getting connected. So काफी चीजें मतलब in the sense you have to learn to manage the civil leadership, the political leadership. The whole ecosystem becomes bigger and broader. So skills की shelf life 5 साल है. What made you a great, Sipahi will not make you a great Havaldar, will not make you a great Subedar Major. What made you a great lieutenant will not make you a great CO, will not make you a great general. So I think so. These 3 things are market, passion, skills in that order. I will just recommend that for all the boys and girls.
No, so true. So true. I was just looking back. I am now handling technology at this age. YouTube live and social media.
आपके Instagram में कितने follower हैं सर? मैं देखता हूँ. Every day you have 1 lakh. It looks like.
So Instagram, YouTube, I was one of the earliest to get a silver button.
Yeah.
Silver button behind. And we crossed last month. Somebody told me, sir, you crossed 10 million views. That is 1 crore views on YouTube.
Amazing. So I think people connect with what we talk. I mean, we are not talking anything. There's no script to it. You didn't even tell me. I asked you, tell me what you will do. You didn't even tell me what language you will speak. So you just started and you said, don't worry, just come.
It's just starting. मुझे ऐसे लग रहा है हम सामने बैठ के चाय पी रहे हैं, जैसे हम गुड़गांव में मिलते हैं जब आप आते हो तो. है ना?
चाय नहीं पीते हैं सर, वहां तो कुछ और पीते हैं.
हाँ नहीं, तुम तो कुछ भी नहीं पीते हो. तुम तो वेजिटेरियन, नॉन अल्कोहलिक, टीटोटलर, गर्म पानी पीने वाले. You maintain great discipline, Sam. I must admit that. You've been a great disciplinarian. अच्छा, लास्ट में मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूँ, अब जब आप गांव जाते हो, देहात, बिहार और हरियाणा में खास फर्क नहीं रहा है, राजस्थान, यूपी, मध्य प्रदेश, झारखंड, पूरे देश के बच्चे मुझे ना फॉलो करते हैं. दे लुक फॉर इंस्पिरेशन. मैं चाहता हूँ आप उनके लिए, हाउ डू दे इंप्रूव देयर कम्युनिकेशन स्किल? अगर ऑफिसर बनना है, करंट अफेयर्स कैसे पढ़ें, किस टाइप की पर्सनैलिटी अपना कैसे अपने आप को मोल्ड करें, बॉयज एंड गर्ल्स बोथ, so that they have some chance of this dream of becoming an officer through any entry?
सर आपने सही बात बता दी. लाइफ में कम्युनिकेशन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. आज मोर साहब इंग्लिश में बोल लेते हैं, हिंदी में बोल लेते हैं, गांव में जाते हैं उनकी भाषा बोल लेते हैं, जवानों के साथ रहते हैं तो उनकी भाषा बोलते हैं, पॉलिटिकल लीडर्स के साथ उनकी भाषा बोलते हैं. ठीक है, हमेशा नहीं बोलते उनकी भाषा जो बोलना चाहते हैं, लेकिन so what the communication is very important. एक पूरा सर्वे हुआ था सर लीडर्स का, दुनिया के जो बेस्ट सीईओज थे, कि सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट क्वालिटी क्या होती है, तो बोला था, सबने बोला कम्युनिकेशन, हाईएस्ट रेटेड क्वालिटी. उसके बाद इंटीग्रिटी और ये सब आया सर. इंटीग्रिटी, ऑनेस्टी, लॉयल्टी, जो कैरेक्टर क्वालिटीज भी होते हैं. सो कम्युनिकेशन इज दैट इंपॉर्टेंट. सो नंबर 1 वो है. नंबर 2 हमारे एजुकेशन सिस्टम में ना सर, देखिए आजकल आप यूट्यूब और ये सबसे मोर सर की वो सुन के, हार्वर्ड की मैसिव ऑनलाइन ओपन कोर्सेज सुन के और IIM कैलकटा की आप पढ़ के काफी कुछ सीख सकते हैं. What schools and all are not doing is the character building. I think the importance of respect, courage, empathy, discipline. So I think some of those things are very, very important in life. So communication is very, very important. Number 2, knowledge is very important. Knowledge is power. You have to keep reading. That inquisitiveness, curiosity. वो बचपन से होना चाहिए. मतलब you should read, and then you have to learn all the time. When General Yash Moore comes out of uniform after so many years in a structured, shielded environment, he is now in open world. He's competing. YouTube mein, if you speak sense, people will listen to you. You have to have your audience. So knowledge is power. Communication skills is very, very important. Third is focus is important. You want to go there, you find out what are the determinants of success. So I have to go there. So I have to crack this UPSC exam. I have to prepare the civil services. Have a great mentor. Guide them correctly. Be focused. Do less to do more. Give it your best shot. But if you fail, that's not the end of life. Here in life, you can fail because that learning will help you in good stead. If you studied for civil services and didn't pass it, don't worry. When you join another consulting company or research company, that will help you because you studied. When you prepared for NDA and didn't go to NDA, you join corporate security later in life, you will still do very well. You may have guys who joined NDA, they may actually be reporting to you because you have. So life may at any stage, you can pick up the button and you can run. General Moore, when he came out, he didn't say, I will be a motivational speaker or did something else. And I have seen people going back to farming and doing a great job of farming, but then maintain the same application of skills. And so life mein communication is very important. Knowledge is power. Be always curious and be focused, be goal focused. And
आज के दिन मैं कहता हूं कि कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता आपके माँ बाप फार्मर हैं या सिक्योरिटी गार्ड हैं या सिपाही हैं, शॉपकीपर हैं. आज इंटरनेट ने इंडिया के अंदर पॉसिबल कर दिया है. आपके पास दुनिया मुट्ठी में है. आप चाहो तो ऐसे ऐसे बच्चे सैम में देखता हूं जो गांव से ऑनलाइन पढ़ के सब कुछ ऑनलाइन करके एनडीए में जा चुके हैं. अभी छुट्टियों में टर्म ब्रेक पे आए मैसेज दे रहे हैं, सर मैं पहली छुट्टी घर आया हूँ.
सर हम लोग हैं, वी आर लिविंग एग्जांपल्स ऑफ दैट. अगर यश मोर एंड सैम कैन डू हियर एंड कैन रीच वेयरएवर वी हैव नॉट रीच्ड ऑफुल लॉट इन लाइफ. काफी कुछ करना बचा है, बट वी आर एग्जांपल्स ऑफ दोस पीपल. भाई हम कर सकते हैं, हम आपकी जगह थे, आप कीजिए. यू विल डू इट. You will do what you dare to be. You will do what you dream to be. Dream big, do big.
Yeah, dream big. Small dreams are a crime.
Very well. Very well said.
तो अभी जो है Sam, you're a successful entrepreneur, brilliant career in the army, brilliant, absolutely. अब क्या करने को बाकी है? वो आपके क्या आगे क्या प्लान्स हैं आगे?
अब दिल में ये तमन्ना है कि देखें कि भारत के जो 1 बिलियन बच्चे हैं वो जाएं, अपने आप को डेवलप करें और दुनिया को कॉन्कर करें एंड मेक इंडिया द ग्रेटेस्ट नेशन ऑन अर्थ. दैट इज आवर राइटफुल प्लेस. सो अभी सबसे बड़ी ख्वाहिश यही है, और उसमें यदि हम आप अपने अपने छोटे तरीके से अगर थोड़ा भी कंट्रीब्यूट कर पाएं तो इट विल बी आवर ऑनर्स.
या दैट्स व्हाट आई कॉल दिस एस PSR, पर्सनल सोशल रिस्पांसिबिलिटी, टू गिव बैक टू द सोसाइटी. हमें बहुत कुछ दिया इस देश ने, हमें कहां से कहां पहुंचा दिया है ना. तो वी शुड बी ग्रेटफुल इंस्टेड ऑफ लुकिंग नाउ एट हमें क्या चाहिए, हमें अब देने का वक्त है.
बिल्कुल.
टाइम इज टू
you asked me yesterday I landed, Sam, tomorrow. I said done.
Exactly.
Make decisions fast.
और मैं बहुत दिन से, बट वो बीच में कुछ और ऐसा हो गया, मेरे को टाइम नहीं मिला. बेचारा कुछ दिन सडनली कल बात हुई आपसे, और वी आर रिकॉर्डिंग दिस एंड सून it will be part of one of the best talks I've had on More Talks, and I've always wanted you as one of the speakers.
My honor, sir. Huge honor. And I think before we go, we must kind of pay our gratitude to all our seniors, mentors, yes, in the armed forces, in the world outside, and to the great nation of India, which has given us so much, sir.
Thank you so much, Sam. Jai Hind. बहुत अच्छा लगा, and wish you all the good luck. We are going to remain connected, and I keep learning and getting inspired from you all the time when I see you follow your passion. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Jai Hind, sir.
Jai Hind. Jai Hind.